Hey guys, in this video I'm going to show you all my thought process as I was rounding out this game with the team. Uh, right now we're all pretty split up. I decided to focus on staying in the ring and kind of keeping a good position on all the players. There's still 16 people, including our team. So I know that there's still a lot of people left for a ring this size. So I just try to make sure that at the least we have somebody up, even in the event that the battle bus shows. Getting in some shots here, just, trying to do damage, trying to push these guys all into one location, actually. And you always want to kind of keep pressure on people to make them, uncomfortable with coming back to the way you're coming from. So, I'm getting in some shots here, trying to down as many people as I can. Tiff pulls up with me. So we basically just sit here and we spar with these guys. We got a bot on our team, so it looks like we got 3 people. It's just the 2 of us. Right now I'm doing some sprite swapping. So if you'll notice, I took a second to grab that dream sprite because the dream sprite that I had was level 4. I also picked up the ghost sprite because the effect of the ghost sprite is very helpful, especially if you're good at melees, right? Like just, face-to-face, one-on-one skirmishes, that kind of thing. Also just good for taking long range shots as well. So I grabbed both of those because I figured that I could use the Dream Sprite's effect to get more loot if I needed to. Specifically utility items or movement items. So right here, me and Tiff got separated a bit. She was a little out of position, so I tried to double back to go grab her. Wasn't able to make it in time. So at this point, there's no more reboot vans available, and there are 9 people left. So in my head, I'm just like, all right, let me try to go ahead and just keep the best position in the end game so that I can, maximize my chance of winning this. I see a guy over that way. I'm just doing my best to make sure no one pushes up to the till because this is really one of the best spots you could be at this point in the game. Fortunately, most of these other teams were fighting, so I didn't have to really worry about it. Now, my shotgun ammo is really low right now, so what I was communicating with my team was I got to try to find some shotgun ammo, or more specifically, I'm trying to make my way to this vending machine north of where I'm at right now, just to check and see if it sells shotgun ammo. In order to take on, multiple people's, at this point, I'm gonna need more than 9 shells. So this is me kind of creeping my way around, and you want to be mindful of your ammo, at all times. You don't want to run out of ammo in the middle of a fight. That is one of the worst feelings. So I go ahead and I dip into the ring real quick to see if I can buy some from the machine. There's none in there, so I quickly double back in. Also, you'll notice that I picked up ice cream cones for the health and the speed boost. I think that is just a great item to pick up during late game, especially if you have grenades that you can use instead of having to rely on the shockwave grenades. If you don't have shockwave grenades though, I'd be careful with taking ice cream cones because, that lack of upward mobility can definitely be a problem. Fortunately, when I killed that guy, he had the mythic pistol, arguably one of the best guns this season that you can have. The pistol already being a great weapon, the mythic version being incredibly good. So I grabbed these smoke grenades because, in my opinion, smoke grenades are a very underrated item that you can use to basically get out of a lot of, tricky situations. Again, so what I'm doing here is I'm doing my best to discourage them from just landing and rushing up in these high ground positions. Even though these 2 pulled up on me, I'm still doing decent damage. I managed to knock her, and I dipped off in time to avoid that turret from taking any or doing any damage to me. They did still get some shots in. Both of the people on that team rushed. Now check this part, right? When I picked up those quack snacks, I quickly switched over to my Dream Sprite just to get that last level. And once it maxed out, it gave me, fortunately, some boots that I could then use to, make a good escape on this. By the way, that smoke grenade also saved me because it was able to give me cover so I could, heal and, max out my Sprite and get that extra loot. So after I made a quick little getaway, at this point it is a 1v3. So it's me versus this entire team. So this guy rushes in by himself, gets dusted. I spin around. I know that someone's probably going to try to res him. They didn't instead. So I had to knock another. I double back. This guy reses himself, pop him back down because, you got to kind of keep the pressure on him even though you're by yourself. Sometimes it's best to just go ahead and full blitz, even solo. And yeah. Sometimes it turns out like that.